Welcome back to school. How do you feel about being back at school in a different way, in a hybrid way? This is a small video to kind of help you feel a little more comfortable, help you with some ideas. My first suggestion is to welcome your students and identify the groups that you're going to have for that day. Make sure you call each student by their names, one by one. I call my students who are in person the roomers because they are in the room. And I call my students who are virtual students the teamers because they are not in the room, but they are watching and participating through Teams, which is the Microsoft, the platform that we use in my school. So talk to them about who we are now because our class is a little different. And every day is going to be like that. So roomers are the students who are in person. Teamers, they are the students who are participating of the class through the platform, Teams. If you use Google Classroom, maybe you can, or Google Meet, you can call them Googlers. If you use Zoom, you can call them Zoomers. Use WhatsApp, you can call them WhatsAppers. So try to adapt however suits you. Remember to talk to the students about how they feel. How do they feel about coming back to school? Do they feel enthusiastic? Do they feel embarrassed? Do they feel sad? A great way to ask about their emotions and also help the students use their bodies, especially the roomers who are physically at school, is to call them one by one and to stand in front of the camera and show with their bodies how they're feeling. So if they're enthusiastic, they could be like, yay, just like Rachel and Phoebe on the gift number one. If they feel a little shy, maybe they can cover your face, just like the man who is covering his face with the t-shirt on the gift number two. And if they feel a little sad, maybe they are like, it's great to be back, but it's not the same as you used to be before COVID. So it is okay to feel however they're feeling. So it is important to embrace the students and help them express their feelings in class. A great way to organize the roomers and the teamers and also manage the participation in class is to use a wheel of names. A wheel of names is a website where you can set up two wheels. One wheel for the roomers, one wheel for the teamers. This way you can take turns using the wheel and volunteer students to participate in class. We all know how hard sometimes it is to engage students who are really shy, and the wheel of names is a great way to do that because it has many different sound effects that you can use. So use the wheel of names to make it engaging and also boost the participation of your students. I would advise also you to present the wheel of names in a funny way. I made a joke, for example, using a gift from Katniss Everdeen from the movie Hunger Games, and where she says, "I volunteer," so she doesn't need the teacher to kind of help her to participate, right? She's participating, she's offering herself as a sacrifice for the benefits of learning. Class Dojo can be a lifesaver during hybrid teaching, and it is an incredible tool. And if you have been using already in your students, even better because it's not going to be something new for them. But if you are just setting up Class Dojo for the first time, start with behavior and homework. So use for behavior, especially when you want to control their voice levels. Remember, we don't have such a tool as the muting button as we used to have in online learning. So students will have to learn how to zip their mouths while the teacher is speaking or while other students are posing a question or making a comment. Class dojo can be a very fun, entertaining way to manage behavior and also reward students who are doing a good job and choosing the appropriate voice level for every situation. Also, Class Dojo is a great tool for rewarding students in homework completion. So every time you want to hold them accountable for certain activities, you can use Class Dojo and give them points for the activities that are done. An example was this. As you can see, there is a little uh, monster here and then number two, which means that for each activity, the student will get 2 dojo points for every activity of the week. So on Monday, they're going to work on a flip grade activity. On Tuesday, they're going to work on their textbook. Wednesday, they're going to work on Quizlet and create flashcards to kind of practice the vocabulary that they have been learning about climate change. They're going to work on a political cartoon on Padlet on Thursday, and they're going to do some reading activities on Friday using Rest Plus. Um, you can also create a bonus activity, maybe something that they can do over the weekend. Uh, and in my activity, I have as a bonus activity on their journal where they're going to write about the causes and consequences of climate change. So create those tasks, make it simple for them to understand, and attribute dojo points for each of them. You want to have a very positive approach while using dojo. And if you feel like your students are mature enough to use negative points, give them a choice. Talk to them about that. Some students they find that the negative points kind of help them to hold them accountable and be more responsible. It's kind of a good reminder. Some students might find it's very aggressive and they might feel really sad. So students are different. Talk to them. I'm sure they're going to be open to tell you how they feel. And that's it for today. That was my first video, kind of like helping teachers. I'm always someone who steals ideas from other people, and I want you now to feel free to steal ideas from me. So if you have any further questions, you can text me on my professional Instagram account, or you can send me a text on WhatsApp. Why not? Take care. Bye bye.